Peace, family. Welcome back to D Love Journey. This channel is all about mind, body, and spiritual wellness. If you are a newbie here, hey, my name is Tydesia, but you can call me Deja. And our community guidelines are very simple: know thyself, love thyself, and be thyself. If that's something that you can get down with, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, join our community. We would love to have you. And for all of my returning family, thank you so much for being here. Consider liking the video. It does spread this out to the ethers and let YouTube know that we're doing something special here right now. So, thank you for joining. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Oh, I missed you guys last month. I did do a Valentine's Day reading. For those of you who didn't get a chance to see it, I'll put it up in the cards so you can go ahead and check that out. I'm going to be pulling today for the collective energy of March. All right, let's see. So I'm using the Super Lunaris deck today. This was a gift from a very close friend to my heart. I love this deck. It's super colorful. It's such a vibe. So let's see. All right, March 2025 collective reading. What did not work last month? Okay, got a lot jumping out here. What worked for the collective? March 2025. What worked for the collective? Any supporting cards? Let's see. Okay, what did we learn? February. What did we learn? What was the major lesson? Any clarifying cards? Okay, I'm going to take this one here. All right, let's see what the vibe is. So at the base, we have Three of Pentacles reversed. So interesting start. Let's tune in and see what's going on. So what did not work for the collective? We have the Page of Swords. We have Nine of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and Eight of Pentacles reversed. All of these are reversed, so definitely makes sense for what wasn't working for us. Let's tune in real quick and see what the message is. Okay, so it feels like it was a very busy, like striving for production, productive, producing type of month in February. I'm being really drawn to the Pinnacle energy. So for me, this is something that we're physically working on here in the physical realm. I have a feeling that there's this point of no return is what I just heard. Okay, so Spirit, speak more about that. Okay, so I'm being drawn here to this Eight of Pentacles energy, and I'm looking at his apron. When you put it up right, you can kind of see he's working here on these pentacles. There are plenty of things that have already been created and just kind of continuing through. And this protective gear, this apron, this work clothes, it's kind of like someone here is having a hard time showing up or had a hard time showing up in whatever your work or expectation looks like. This could be issues literally at work for someone here. I also have this sense of like not having everything that I need. So there's this feeling of like missing the materials, missing the things needed to do the job. Or maybe someone ran out of materials. So there could be for someone, a business owner who is running low on supplies or maybe low on inventory. Okay. Spirit, give more to that. I'm feeling like, okay, defense mode. So with the Nine of Wands, can I get clarification for Nine of Wands? This is normally energy that is like kind of off guard, or you're guarded, you're letting your guard down. Okay, High Priestess. And that did kind of come in reverse. So not on your A game. Okay. So I feel like in February, there was a lot of activity going on, a lot of work to be done, but kind of not feeling up on your A game, not really feeling fully in tuned with the way that you normally show up for work. Even with Page of Swords here, this is someone who is inquisitive. This is an energy that is kind of, having a lot of new ideas and a lot of, you're going out to kind of investigate, to get together your materials and to kind of figure out where you're standing. And I feel like maybe finding yourself in a worse off state than you expected. Again, I'm getting drawn back to this kind of not having enough of what I need, not having enough support, not having enough resources available, and kind of leaving you in this state of like being on guard or unpreparedness or feeling unprepared, not able to show up to go out and do what you normally would do. Okay, and with this high priestess energy, this is to me it's giving like a work life balance. So for some of you, maybe there's been an energy of kind of like having to show up and put a lot of energy forth in the work aspect, whether this is in an office or at your day job or however you're, producing wealth or money for yourself and your family. But then also like having to show up so much or so much being required. It's kind of like when your boss is giving you all these extra projects, but there's no time, there's no support, there's no like a stabilization of resources to make the things happen, that the expectations are just set way higher than what is available to you. And I feel like this could be, if it's not like a work situation, this could be your personal project. For those of you, like I said, business owners, or even just your passion or purpose, like you're putting forth a lot of work and it kind of just feels like it's not enough in terms of like the effort you're putting forth, but just like what you need to produce. It just feels like a mountain of things left to do. And there's this call really of finding some work life balance, finding balance within your personal life and your spiritual life, and kind of like allowing yourself to be refilled into, and even like manifesting, like putting in petition work, putting in and scripting and journaling out what it is that you need, and asking the universe to provide those things instead of just making use of the scraps that you have. This opens up the door and allows for you to be able to kind of go out and ask those questions, to ask for what you need, whether it's from a boss, whether it's a business partner, or even just seeking like grants, seeking, some sort of financial stability. This could be like small business loans. This could be, trademarking, copywriting. Like it just feels like a big bill of things to do, a big build. So there's a lot to be done here. And it just doesn't feel like there's enough to make it happen. And I think that that energy of February um, will definitely somehow find its way here into March. So I'm interested to see how that transitions. What worked for us? We also have more blocked energy, so it's very interesting here for me. I'm looking at Queen of Wands and I'm looking at Three of Wands. So that makes a lot of sense in terms of what wasn't working for us. With these being blocked, again, Queen of Wands, and I remember in the Valentine's Day reading, we had a lot of Queen of Wands energy. This is someone who is very self assured, who knows exactly what they want and how to go out and get it. They know how to plan. They are not afraid to stand out and be different and go their own way. But when this is reversed, same with the Three of Wands, this energy becomes kind of like stagnant or blocked. So there's a lot of uncertainty here. Or even if you are, still willing to put yourself out there, you're not seeing the the similarities in what's being reflected back to you. And so that can kind of put a little disappointment in the air. There's like a disappointment, and I feel like this, how it worked for us, I'd like to pull some clarification. How did this work in our favor? Sometimes you need to get to that space. Okay, Justice card reverse. Interesting. Wow. I'm like, look, did I have my deck? Okay. Justice card reversed. Looking at this, this is kind of that karmic flow, the balance, and yet again, work life balance. This theme of balance is coming back around. And there's the balance of like the truth of what really is and what we want to see. And I feel like there's this energy of realizing you're not really seeing what it is you are manifesting and desiring reflect back to you, whether that's based on some actions or things that you chose to align with, or just the expectations of what you're working on or the people that you're working with. There's a serious disharmony that I'm seeing here, and it's not. Sometimes a closed door is a blessing in disguise, and I feel like that's one of the most underrated experiences in the spiritual community. We get so caught up in like having everything we desire. And yes, we can manifest, we can have everything that we desire. But it really starts within in that alignment of knowing who you are and what it is that you are reflecting. And if it's not a match in what you're seeing around you, then there's one of two things. One, you need to double back in this high priestess moment and double check who you are, where you're at, and what it is you're calling in, and making sure you are moving in alignment with what it is that you are creating. And if that isn't the issue, then you have to recognize when the people and the things and opportunities outside of you don't reflect that, not saying yes to that, not continuing to pour into that and to engage in that. Okay. So there has to be like a rebalancing. This is a recalibration moment that we had last month of kind of figuring out like, yeah, this isn't it. This isn't really going the way I want, and kind of scrapping the idea that if you put in enough effort and enough of your time and energy that it will change. Um, Kind of seeing that that's not necessarily the case. So that's interesting. This is something that you can move and take to your advantage, though, so definitely keep that in mind. What did we learn? Here we have Queen of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. So, again, a lot of energy here with the work. Um, and again, this energy here was blocked. So I yet again, I'm not trying to say a lack mentality, but it kind of just feels like a struggle, an internal, external struggle, right? So this isn't just within yourself, but this is what you're seeing around you. And with the Queen of Pentacles, this is someone who has an overflow and abundance to give. With her being reversed, she's overspending, she's overexerting, she's overpouring. And that is exactly what I'm seeing here with this Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and Nine of Wands reverse energy. And yet again, there has to be kind of like a moment where you self reflect, you come back to yourself and reevaluate the energy that you're pouring out. Um, what is it that you're creating? Page of Pentacles. This is someone starting a new journey. This is a new project. This is someone who is wholeheartedly believing in something and willing to put in the effort, even if the development isn't really in a stable position. They are pouring everything into it. And so I want you to go back to that youth mindset of like everything working in your favor. Even now, looking at the bunny here and the deer, this is like youthful, live spring energy, right? Things springing forward, moving forward. I want you to be really intentional about your planning. And I think that all of this kind of battle from last month is something you will see reflecting in this March. So that's why it's always important to look back to see where we're coming from, because you want to know what you're working from, right? Um, so I definitely like recalibrating in a sense and kind of like coming back to the high priestess moment to figure out what is in balance, like what new resources can you call into your life? How can you realign yourself into the spaces where people not only value what it is that you're creating and what you're doing, but also like where you can see the fruits of your labor come to be without overextending yourself and continuing to show up in a place where it feels like something's missing, like something's just not clicking. Okay. So that is the February energy. Thank you, Spirit. Let's do March. That's what we really want to see. We want to know what is going on this month. What can we expect? Let's see what we're working with here. So, Spirit, speak to us about March. I know we have spring equinox coming. For those of you who are celebrating, Ramadan started yesterday. There are Oh, snap. There are a few cultures that will be celebrating New Year this month. For those of you who celebrate with spring equinox like I do, super excited for the shift in energy, even just the weather. Like it's starting to warm up a little bit here in California. We're still getting rain, which I love. We definitely need it, especially with the dryness of our environment and fires and stuff like that. So just to see like things starting to change, the birds coming out to sing, the little squirrelies and the turkeys, everybody is out right now. So let's see, March, spring equinox, New Year. What can the collective expect? Okay. So what is the theme of March 2025 for the collective? Okay. Clear and concise. Nice. Strength card. Yeah. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. Four. A lot of four energy. 8 is 4 doubled. So it makes sense. King of Cups. Okay. All right. So right off the bat, we have a lot of 4 energy. So we have 4 of Cups here, as you can see. And I have a little new setup, so bear with me. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Why am I saying 4 of Cups? I don't even know why I'm saying 4 of Cups. This is the 9 of Cups. Still interesting that I read this as 4. Okay, Strength card here. I'm going to get clarification for the Cups. 4 of Pentacles. And the King of Cups. Sit with this for a second. Okay. So there's a realization of like your abilities here, and spirit is kind of nodding to like even through the struggle of last month and kind of like the hard work that's being put in, it allows you to see your strength. And I just want to remind you, strength isn't necessarily forcing things and pushing things when they're not working smoothly for you, but it's also knowing when to let go and reroute as well. I feel like someone here is standing 10 toes down. I'm feeling that with this 4 of Pentacles energy. This is someone who kind of knows what they're willing to accept and what they're not, which is kind of what I was reading this 4 of Cups energy, because that's exactly the same energy here. But there's also this weightedness of kind of like being tied down into it. So not even just what you're worth and what you're willing to accept, but what you have. There's a rootedness in that. But there's this optimism, this belief that, this will work out, that things are going to work out. And that makes sense here with this 9 of Pentacles energy. Okay. This is kind of like wish fulfillment. And with the King of Cups here, this is the wish fulfiller. You know what I mean? So knowing that you are capable of creating what it is that you want, but just the frustration of not seeing it happen last month, it doesn't disrupt your flow. And I really love that. I'm being called to this infinity sign above her head for the strength card here. The overflow. How do we get our cup to overflow is what I just heard from spirit. Okay, so we have temperance, ace of cups, exactly. How do we get our cup to overflow? So this is exactly what this is exactly what I was hearing from the divine, ace of cups, and temperance. So this is the opportunity to really recharge. And again, there's this balancing energy, this work-life balance, this internal external balance. There's the harmony of that, which is also here in the strength card, your ability to create that. It feels very magician like. Even here, looking at the King of Cups with his wand here, there is a large level of like control and power that you have over your experience and over how things are manifesting and what you're aligning with. So being very cautious with that. And then also finding time to make the most out of where you're at. So even though it doesn't feel like you have enough resources, or it doesn't seem like a lot of the efforts that you're putting forth are coming to fruition, there is this gift, this offering from the divine, from your guides, and even from your higher self. This feels very self empowered to kind of like start fresh, to like re-jump. I just started re-jump. I got a vision of like starting up a car that the battery died, and you plug it up and you give it a little juice, and you're able to start your car back up, start your ignition. Can we get clarification for Nine of Cups? Nine of Cups. What is this energy here? I'm gonna take this. Okay, justice back again, the balancing. Exactly. Can't make that up. Definitely this month will be about balancing our efforts. Okay, yeah. Four of Swords. See, again, a lot of four energy. Oh, these cards flipped as well. High Priestess is back in the sun. Okay, we love that. Okay, so when we're looking at the Nine of Cups, again, this is an energy of like wish fulfillment. This is when you reach the point of everything that you've been desiring, everything that you've been building, what you've been calling into being that you want and that you feel you deserve is starting to come into its fullness. Sometimes, though, it almost feels like something is missing. So it's kind of like this idea of like you've almost reached the end, you've almost reached to where you're going, but like it's just like one of those certain things like it's like you're selling out, you're doing well in your business, but you run out of product. Like, oh, what do I do now? Oh my God. Like overnight success almost, and like how to manage that. So we have Justice card here again, and that's the balancing act, right? Especially in, like what we're actually doing, what we're putting forth, kind of reaping what we sow. Again, bringing it back to the control that your actions or choices have over your experience. And then we have here Four of Swords, which is normally the card of rest, or, kind of like taking ease, the easy route. We have the Sun card here, which is about joyous experiences, celebration in a sense, and the High Priestess again. So, how do I find my refilling point, my resting point? Where do I recharge myself? Like, how do I find gratitude in the moment for where I'm at and what I've experienced, what it's taught me, but also the new direction forward? I think in this moment, it's important, especially this month for a lot of people, to really fine tune what it is that you want. If there's something missing or something that isn't just, you know, going the way that you expected it to, like coming back into yourself and figuring out really like what is missing here. I think that that's very important, and how you can sit down and petition and manifest, even working with, the moon cycles and different things like that to kind of recalibrate and co create and fill in those gaps, is what I'm hearing. Sometimes you have to move beyond just the head too. I think that when we get in kind of a worker mode, worker bee mode, we tend to just move out of logic. And while logic is very important, there has to be an emotional connection, a heartfelt connection in the work that you're doing. And I think that that's something that could need a little more reinforcing, kind of coming back and fine tuning that and really weighing out, um, not just what sounds good, what's a good idea, but what feels good to you as well. And not forgetting to take those moments of rest for yourself. Very important, very important. And to celebrate how far you've come. There has to be a sense of gratitude. Sometimes when you're caught up in like the hum and drum of the everyday, um, not striving, but kind of like just really pursuing stability, right? You're trying to make your wish come true, your dreams come true. You're trying to make it happen, and I say trying because that's what it feels like. It kind of feels like not fully reaching that you're desiring quite yet. And I think the big key in that success for a lot of people this month will be finding that resting point so that you can refill your cup and kind of rebalance yourself and find gratitude for where you're at and how far you've come, and gratitude for your ability to kind of free yourself in this situation. Again, strength card is not always about forcing, it's not always about um, kind of just like grinding through it. I think it's important to remember like the flow and releasing, the flow and, um, feeling good and co creating something that feels good. Okay, I want to pull some oracle cards just for clarity on what the theme of this month is before we move into our goals for this month. So let's see. I think now's a good time to stop and do a little Palo Santo burn. Let's burn a little Palo Santo to clear out any blockages for the viewer, any obstacles, any holes in their cup. Remove that. Beautiful. Okay. So, Divine, I ask that you speak to us. Any last words for the theme of the month before we step into our goals? How can we move into wish fulfillment? Earthing, yes, exactly. Grounding, transmuting, exactly. And stormy. I think that one tried to peek out too before. Okay. Transformation. Yes. There's a period right now. Let me move this a little over. There's a period right now of transformation. This is the recalibrating that I've been talking about all this time. This is exactly what I mean, transmute transformation, especially with these two being here together. So, the cycle of a butterfly and even a snake, there is a huge transformation piece. It's when, you're shedding the old skin, the things that maybe aren't working for you or the way that you normally would show up, right? Sometimes you lose one thing to gain another. And there's a very important part of that transformation that is needed in this time. And that's what I'm saying when I'm hearing this justice card, the recalibrating, the moving from the logic to the heart and the heart to the logic. It doesn't have to be this or that. There can be a balance between those two in the way that you move forward. And I think it's important to kind of revisit how you can call that into your life right now and creating the stability that you desire. So let's see. Sorry, I was doing some work with this card on my altar, and you can see like the little oil and herbs and stuff on there. I actually use my cards, so I don't just use them for pulling messages. I also use them, for manifesting and strengthening my work, even just for literally sitting and meditating, looking at a certain symbol, ancient symbols that can kind of help you tune into the energy that you're looking for. So let's see what we have here. For earth energy, it says the tangible world and all that is physical in nature, what you can see, feel, and touch invites you to participate in enjoying it. Inviting earth energy into your current situation will bring more stability at this time. Be kind to this temple of the physical body that is the home of your soul. It requires adequate nutrition and rest. Meditate on the symbol when you want more of a connection to the physical plane and validation of all that is here in the three-dimensional world with you. Honor it, see it, feel it, experience it with love and respect. Exactly. So, this is bringing back this energy of rest, right? Of recalibration with the Justice card here. For your wish fulfillment, it's important that you kind of tune into yourself and you figure out what it is that isn't working for you, and also finding gratitude. I feel like gratitude is a huge piece for this right now, and finding balance. The balance of refilling your cup lies in peace. Let's look at transmute and transform. So For transformation, we have the butterfly. Perfect, of course. And it says the butterfly goes through many stages before it becomes the beautiful creature it is. Honor your process and allow your beauty to be seen by all. Wear more color to help announce the arrival of your exquisite transformation. Meditate on this when you want to call in more beauty, grace, and acceptance during times of transition. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Really, really important to honor where you're at and find gratitude for where you're at. And that will encourage where you're going. Okay, transmute. To transmute is to convert one energy into another. The snake is a powerful symbol of transmutation. You are being invited to accept its gift of shedding to help you process something important. Use this ability to make magic by transmuting the snake's energy into something new and beneficial for your growth. Meditate on the symbol when you need some assistance in changing the energy in your life. The snake represents our ability to connect to our own inner alchemist. Exactly. Bam. The Alchemist, Temperance. To let go of the old by being able to shed skin, thereby allowing for constant evolution. So I think this energy that is being transmuted has a lot to do with what we were seeing for last month. And I think it's important to remember that a lot of the times that forceful energy, it's like transmuting the force, the struggle into strength, into effortlessness, into almost second nature knowing. So what? I don't have enough time. I don't have enough help. I don't have enough, this, that, or whatever in the situation that you're in now, especially in relation to work. I feel like this is very strongly tied to the pentacle energy of our passions and what it is that we're creating in the physical. As an earth sign, I can understand that because I have a lot going on in my physical right now. So, honey, I can relate, trust me. But there has to be that shift from like the striving, struggling energy into kind of like the strength, this temperance, this ease. And the key to transmuting what you have now into where you want to go isn't trying harder and pushing harder. The skin comes off when it's meant to. So kind of embrace these moments that are showing you what's out of alignment as a gift to kind of come back to yourself. High Priestess, which was here last month, is coming back again to kind of figure out, where am I? Where am I going? What do I want? And how do I connect with the universe and allow for the divine, the most high, God, whatever higher power you call on, to fill your cup back and to manifest miracles. There are so many things that can be called into your life outside of money. There are opportunities, whether it's grants, whether it's actual physical materials for the things that you need to do, whether it could be opportunities to meet people who maybe can help facilitate things in your life. Like, these are important things that you have to be open and still enough to call in and to recognize when they come. Okay. And then stormy energy. I feel like this is a testament to what we're transmuting, the energy that we are transmuting in this moment from. And so it says, drama straight ahead, prepare and brace yourself. Conditions are not favorable at this time. Wait the storm out before proceeding. Please don't worry either. The weather can change very quickly. Meditate on this when you want to call on your sea legs to keep you safe and secure through hardship or stressful periods. If you're inquiring about a relationship, please be warned that this situation will bring a lot of upheaval to your path, so proceed with caution. So, yes, I think it's important to proceed with caution and to know, whatever storm it is that you're experiencing now, or whatever situation that you've been striving through, that there has to be another way forward. Okay. So, I do want to pull cards real quick for our mind, body, and spiritual goals. I'm going to reset and just start fresh. So let's see. What is the goal for our mind? March mind goal. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, upright this time. Thank goodness. What about body? Okay, Page of Swords. So we're getting a lot of these cards literally that came back from the pull that we did for February. So again, like I said, I had a feeling that energy would find its way here. I mean, normally it does, right? Because you're looking backwards, but I just feel like a kind of stickiness that it wasn't really gone. February came and went so fast. So, what is the goal for the spirit? Oh, yes, I love that. Beautiful. OMG. That's can't get any better. Okay. So, and again, back to this energy, but we have it upright. So it's crazy how you shuffle and cards will literally turn themselves the way that they want to be. So again, we have the Nine of Wands here at the base for our goals. So when it was reversed, this is when you're exhausted. This is when you are on guard and you kind of feel like you don't have support. You're not able to kind of rest. You're not able to regroup and kind of like take that water break and feel okay about it before you move forward in the journey. Um, this is kind of unblocking itself, which I love. Ace of Wands, exactly. It's finding your power back, it's trusting in yourself to know that you're co creating a safe space and that you're able to kind of finish the race, that this isn't the end. So I love that. So our goal for March for the mind is the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles here now, again, is the spring energy. So we're going into the spring equinox. We're going into a new year. I feel like you guys are getting smoked out. Are you good? Can you breathe? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm like, should I put my Palo Santo out? Or are we good? Okay, I think we're good. I'm enjoying it, but I just want to make sure you guys can see. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles energy, yet again, this is someone who is full. Their cup is full. They're able to show up fully as themselves. They're able to invest their time and invest their resources in places that are smart. These are like smart investments, smart business partnerships, smart endeavors, engagements. And so for the mind, we want to get our mind back to that space where we don't feel kind of like whooped and worn out and like there's no support there for us and there's not enough, that lack mindset. It's reversing that even before you see the change shift in your physical. Yes, we are in our cocoon. Yes, we're in the middle of shedding our skin. We maybe look a little funky now, but the finished product is going to be something beautiful. And the Queen of Pentacles knows that and shows up for that in that way. So for the mind, you want to definitely be careful of your self talk. You want to be careful of how you are speaking to others and to yourself about what it is that you're working on. This could also be keeping things kind of closer, your cards closer to your chest. This isn't really like Queen of Cups energy, Queen of Wands energy that's like all out there in the mix and like sharing and giving and pouring and giving advice and all these different things. This is someone who is very methodical, yet again, back to the earth energy, which I can relate to. That's very protective of their plans, protective of their mind, protective of what they're working on and what they're building, especially in this moment of transmutation, this temperance energy of like finding that balance for yourself within your life. Like it's important that you not only show up and you invest the time and energy in alignment with yourself, but also um it's also about like how you feel and what you engage in your environment. So just being very mindful about how you view your projects, how you view the people around you and what you choose to share and give and show up in. For the body, we have Page of Swords. So Page of Swords again is kind of like this messenger energy of like communication. This is someone who's kind of going out investigating, trying to find, the best plans and see what's out there. And for swords to show up as a goal for the body, I think there has to be a connection with, yet again, how you are seeing things and how you are speaking over yourself. This to me is knowing when to say yes to an invitation and knowing when to say no. Again, this could also be in the realms of like partnerships and how you're engaging with the people around you, your environment. Definitely, there could be some hard truths that need to be shared, or there could be some truths that are going to come out that you weren't aware of. And during this period, I want you to kind of pause and reflect and take that in, right? And be still in the body, but be very moving in the mind. So this is really slow, steady, methodical energy. Okay. Now, Page of Swords, if this were reversed, then I would say maybe it's time to start like casting people out in a way, right? And I'm not saying there aren't things that should be cast out in a way. There most likely will be, but there just has to be a little more thought with how you move in this energy. And I also think it's important that you are really um, like secure in what it is that you want and what it is that you are moving towards once you make it out of this transmutation phase this spring, and what you're kind of, what seeds are you planting, right? What are you trying to grow? So for the body, I think staying true to yourself, resting for sure, um, accepting that which really is in alignment with you and not with the other. It's kind of like time to cut out the middleman, cut out the BS, and kind of go at it for yourself. Not that you're by yourself because you're highly supported, but like move for yourself. There, what is the word that I'm thinking of? Like a not sovereignty, but like being able to kind of have that independence of the mind and the pocketbook and everything of how you're moving. Okay, so when it comes to our goals for the spirit, beautiful, beautiful cards here. We have the Empress card sitting here basking in all of her glory. And then 10 of Cups, which I'm happy to see because to me, this is the progression of what we saw earlier with the Nine of Cups energy. So looking at this is when we make it kind of to our happily ever after. I hate to say it because it sounds so cliche, but I mean, just look at this energy here. So, the goal for our spirit is to kind of live as though we are already where we're on our way to. We're doing the work to invest, we're doing the work to kind of build and pour back into ourselves and what it is that we are, growing into, and kind of making the most out of the bullshit, if that makes sense for those of you who are like, fuck that, I see a whole lot of crazy stuff going on. But like in this midst of that, don't get caught up in that lack mentality, and don't get caught up in kind of like the chaos of everything that's going on. The whole point is kind of like fortifying yourself and fortifying your situation while you're in this period of transformation, so that what flows out on the other end is this: it's happiness, it's security, it's having your needs met. And when you go out and you ask for what it is you desire, whether it's financial assistance, whether it's hiring somebody to help with the business or help with, the home so that you have more time to spend on your work, or vice versa, someone to help with the work so that you have more time to spend on your home or your passions. Once you're able to kind of like come into that recalibrated sense, then you will also be able to find the universe, and opportunities will find their way to you. And you will have literally more than enough, not in a space where you're feeling like something is missing, or, something didn't make it, or, it's the replenishing of that, right? That water break that we had, this new energy. And even here again, back we have the High Priestess at the base. So we're looking at this Nine of Wands energy, right? When you're taking that water break before you cross the finish line, you're finding your power back. You're more in line with who you are, and you're able to move with the spirit of I am worthy, I have more than enough. And it's a complete 180 from last month's energy of kind of like striving and struggling. It's really flourishing and thriving. And I love that for us for sure. So that's the goal: to feel worthy, to call it in, and to know that you are capable of reflecting and seeing that energy back in your life. Okay. So let's see if there's anything from our sacred symbols. Oracle deck that wants to come out for our goals. Okay. Any goal for March before we pull our last card? For the collective, what is the goal for March, the spring, that they can call in for fulfillment, for fullness? Okay. I feel like there's something else that wants to come out. Okay. All right. Gratitude. Yes, I can't make this up. Protection. I love that as well. Okay. So we have gratitude and water. Okay, so we're going from earth to water, new earth energy, big earth energy. I'm a big fan of the combination of water and earth, even with my partner. You know, I'm earth sign, they're water sign, and we just like we're so different, like so drastically different, but also like we just go together like so well. So I love that water earth combination. Okay. So again, to me, this is the idea of kind of like the mind, the physical, what you can touch, the tangible, and also the heart, right? How you're feeling. Like there has to be that temperance energy, that balance, the justice between the two and how you move forward. So our goals are fortified by these two energies, water and gratitude, and I will do a quick read on them. I'm also being called to kind of push forth the spiritual work that can be done with both of these. Both the feeling of gratitude and the energy of water, something you can um, put your intention, whether it's into a candle, whether it's into like a spiritual cleanse. This could be a head washing. This could be a spiritual bath. This could also be like a cleansing of your home or of your office space. I just recently did that myself. This could be a lot of stuff in terms of however you work your magic. Okay. So let's see. Water, number 18, and gratitude, 35. That's my humidifier for my plants. If you hear anything chugging in the background. Speaking of water. Okay, so water, emotions, receptivity, and a connection to bodies of water. Drawing this card is a symbol of connecting to your emotions regarding a question or situation. Allow yourself to be open to any changes of direction and let the element of water guide you in the right direction. Meditate with the symbol by a body of water in the bath or with a vessel of water to help keep the emotions pure and to assist you in being more flexible. Yes, for sure. For sure. Can't say it any better. Okay. And we have gratitude. So, gratitude is a deep honoring is present. Give and feel thanks now for whatever blessings have arrived or even en route to you now. Drawing this card invites you to share your devotion or to outwardly express gratitude to someone or something for its presence in your life. Meditate or create a gratitude list for all that you are thankful for in your life. Candles have long been used as a light for a room, a path, or even a cake, and they are often used in magical rituals and memorials and to honor sacred passages in life. And I think this is definitely a part of like the transmutation um, and this transformation of things changing, and even just like the changing of the seasons and the new year. This is a big like threshold that we're about to cross. And even internally within yourself, you want to fortify yourself in gratitude, yes, and also like in experiences that feel good to you, you know, and I think it's important to kind of take that pause period for yourself in this moment. Okay. Protection. I love this. This is one of my favorite symbols. I'm actually considering getting this as a tattoo. Um, that's a story for another day. Do any of you guys have tattoos of like spiritual sacred things that you feel comfortable sharing. If you do, drop it down in the comments. If you made it this far, drop it down in the comments. Let me know. Like, or do you have anything that you want to get? You're kind of contemplating, but you haven't yet. I'd love to know. Okay. So, protection. This says you are protected. You are safe in all matters of body, mind, and spirit. I'll show you that. Your highest guidance has you covered on all fronts. Do not delay in moving forward. If inquiring about a relationship, situation, or how to proceed, please take this as a sign that you are taken care of and harm to none will be had. Meditate on the symbol when you feel like you need to strengthen your energy. Okay, so I think that this is night and day from the last symbol we had from our February reading, which was stormy, if you remember, and it was saying like shit's about to get shaky, baby, as Ross Smart would say. Um, and this energy is like, okay, you're protected, you're good, you're fortified, you're well, move forward. You know, it's time to proceed and to have a strengthened energy. So again, night and day transformation. And I love that for us. Okay, so let's wrap this energy up with one last card from my good old faithful unshakable inner peace deck. Love this deck. It is so beautiful. The imagery. I mean, look at this. It's freaking gorgeous. Like, they're just so pretty. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull for a final card for the collective. Let's see. Divine, speak through me. Final message for the collective for everyone so that they may take what is meant for them and leave the rest. Final word of encouragement. Let's see. Okay. These are really big. Sometimes it's hard to shuffle. Okay. Nothing real can be threatened. Okay. So that's the card we want here. Just double checking. Two more. Okay. All right. Thank you, Spirit. All right. So we have trust your faith, dive into the unfolding journey. Beautiful. Number 17, which is 8. Then we have this, nothing real can be threatened. Number 2, which we have, and number 11, everything is a reflection. Hold up the energetic mirror. Okay, this all makes a lot of sense. Let's start with 20, the first one to come out. So take what's meant for you and leave the rest. If one doesn't resonate, then maybe the other will. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. This passage from A Course in Miracles is a divine reminder that the most important things in life are not the things we have been taught to focus on. When you go inward into your heart, you will see the areas of your life that feel inauthentic. At times, life can feel out of control and overwhelming. But when you remind yourself where your true power lies, connected to source energy and divine love, all illusions fall away. The love within you can pull you into a more peaceful state. And when you look outside of yourself, you can easily fall into worry and feel hopeless. Yet the outside world is only a reflection of your internal state. Exactly. Balance of internal, external. Look at your inner world and care for it. Make choices that are aligned with your truth. Exactly. Thank you, Divine, for confirmation. Make choices that are aligned with your truth, that of love. See the world within you as a beautiful place where all possibilities can manifest. It always starts with you. You are the creator of your experience. Fear and doubt will try to threaten, but love cannot be threatened. When you are aligned with your truth, that of love, nothing can harm you. Yes, exactly. So, all the material things and everything that you feel like you don't have enough of, that's not a true representation of your reality or what your experience will be like. I think it's important to touch back in with your inner self, high priestess energy, and to find that love, that peace, that power so that you can transmute that into uh, currency or a power that you can move the external with. Okay. So that is a message here for somebody. Number 17, we're going to get into that. That is trust your faith and dive into the unfolding journey. All right. Has fear been holding you back when things seem uncertain? Worry can set in. Fear will do its best to stop you in your tracks, but this is a reminder that the unknown is not something to be frightened of, but excited about. Consider that the fear you feel is not inspired by darkness, but excitement. Fear and excitement are two sides of the same coin. When you look at the unknowing path ahead, instead of falling into fear, activate excitement. Just like the woman in the desert in this design, you are on an adventure. The desert is a symbol of obstacles that stand between you and your dreams. You can learn to accept the desert, the journey, and even listen to it. The space between where you are and where you're going is where life happens. You're being guided every step of the way. Let your spirits high and expect miracles. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. This journey from where you were to where you're going is a beautiful one. It's an intentional one. And a lot of the things that you're experiencing are just really a trigger, an invitation to kind of come back to yourself, come back to the divine and like recalibrate and to establish where it is that you want to be and where you're going to move forward, right? It's a part of the journey, it's a part of the process, okay? Number 11, final message for the collective. Everything is a reflection. Hold up the energetic mirror. Okay. Oftentimes, events, trauma, and unhealed pain from our past will get stored in our body's memory. You may not recall the event or a conscious wait, let me start over. You may not recall the event on a conscious level, but your subconscious always remembers. This is why we get triggered. You may be experiencing a strong emotional reaction of fear, shock, anger, or worry. It could be because you are remembering a past event. Trauma protects itself from pain by creating a false identity inspired by your ego around the experience. If you were hurt in your past, your ego will create a perception to help protect you from ever having to feel that pain again. For example, if you were told to be quiet and that you were too much as a child, you may feel as if you need to hold back or feel ashamed to speak up again. Your ego created a belief that it is not safe to be yourself and that in order to fit in, you must avoid speaking up. This creates discord and dishonesty within yourself. This card has been pulled because you are experiencing a part of past trauma that has been buried. Your entire life is filtered through your experiences, perception, and thoughts. And when you feel triggered, it is often the result of unhealed wounds that still live within you. When you feel angst, reconnect with what matters most to you. What is true about life for you? And what illusions can you see past? When others do things that cause a reaction, is there a mirror reflecting what is unhealed and needs to be viewed from within? If it didn't need our attention, we would not get triggered. Look at what's triggering you and causing you distress. Hold up an energetic mirror and ask yourself, how is this showing me what I need to heal within myself? If a loved one isn't supporting you right now, ask, how can I support myself? Your external world is a reflection of your internal state, mirroring the deepest truths of your soul. Use this time to recognize all areas and relationships that feel strained. Heal your past by connecting to the present. You have a divine assignment not to take things personally. Look at who is triggering you and what it's bringing up for you. When you feel your feelings, you release them. And as you do, you connect to a deeper message that they can bring. Using the energetic mirror will help you reconnect with your true self, the pure light and love within. Self empowering. And I love that for us for the spring. I think that it's important, especially now that we have a really solid standing in who we are, and we know exactly what it is that we desire, and we know what we're willing to accept, what we're not willing to accept, and how we're going to move as a sovereign being in our experiences, in our environments. So, this spring, I really want you to plant the intention of being very sure of yourself, self assured. And even when moments come that are a little rocky, where you're kind of tested on that, I want you to remember that you're a butterfly now, baby. You're a butterfly. That old skin is gone. So move from the space of your new skin, of your new being, your new self in these projects, in these environments. But in order for you to do that, first you have to pause and figure out who you are, where you are, what you're doing before you move forward. Okay. So that is the energy for March. I hope that this is helpful for you guys. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you dearly. Consider liking the video again. It does help spotlight our collective and just let YouTube know that, the message I'm sharing is worth sharing. And I love you guys so much. So I hope this journey continues to treat you with grace. I hope you continue to honor yourself and your experience now and always. And I will catch you in the next video. Until then, I'm sending you so much love. Peace out.